Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zahir, and in today's video, look at how you can actually emit notifications from an MCP server. All right, so let me tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, I have an MCP server, which is essentially with transport type streamable HTTP running on port 8100. All right, so it has two tools: add numbers and analyze data. The analyze data method essentially simulates a very long running process. Okay, so I'm going to run that particular tool now. It takes two arguments. One is basically the data set. Everything is here is just for simulation only. Okay, so I'm going to run this particular tool now, and let's see what we get here. So what you're seeing here is basically the notifications we are getting back from the MCP server. Okay, and you can see that these are the notifications that we are getting, and the final one is essentially it's saying that the analysis is complete. So while that particular method was running, we were getting these notifications back from the MCP server telling us what is actually happening. All right, so this could be a log, this could be a progress bar, it could be anything. Right, now let's see how this was implemented. Not be obviously going deep into the implementation, we'll just see how it was written. So at a high level, this is how the MCP server looks like. Like I said, this is a streamable HTTP transport type, and it has two tools. One is to basically add two numbers, the other one is analyze data. And you've seen how the data is written. This is a simple MCP server. We are using Fast API to essentially turn this into a remote server so that we could deploy this as an independent server. Now, this is how the client looks like. The client implementation is very similar to how we have been seeing with SAC. This is the streamable HTTP client, part of the MCP SDK. It again uses the read stream and write stream as inputs. But one thing that you'll have to pass is, and this the documentation is not there for this. I had to basically go through the source code and understand how this is actually implemented. We can use the message handler input to essentially, or a parameter message handler to pass a custom notification handler. The custom notification handler is something that you'll have to write, and you could write it like this, where I'm checking the type of log and essentially working with that particular method. It could be anything. It could be a progress notification or something. You could essentially persist that this into a database or render it back on the UI. There are you could do anything that essentially solves or the use case that you have. All right. So I'm going to run this now. As you can see, this is running on 8100. The MCP server is running on 8100 port, and I'm going to run this and see how this would work. So I think I have this. Okay, this is the server. I'm going to capture the client path and simply run that, and we'll see what the response looks like. You'll see how the notification is getting emitted. Obviously, it has started working, as you can see, and we are getting the notifications while the tool is still basically processing the data. So it's analyzing the data. I'm getting insights every 3 seconds, found insight 1. So it has completed the first tool calling. And in fact, it has also called the second tool as well, which is basically add two numbers, 25 and 17, and we have the final result 42. So let's quickly look at the client code, what we did here. The client code is very simple. I'm essentially invoking the main method here, which is basically taking a query, and this query could be anything depending on the use case that you have. And we are using the streamable HTTP client, and we are passing the notification handler as the message handler parameter. All right. Here we are instantiating the session, and then we are calling a list of all the tools. We are passing these tools to create a prompt so that we can send that prompt to an LLM, and this is how the prompt looks, right? We are asking essentially the LLM to pick the right tool for the right job, and it's simple. So the rest of it's very similar to the implementation that we have seen with SAC. The good part here is that you are getting notifications that we haven't seen before. This is going to be very useful in chat-based applications or in applications which has very, very long processing. I'm going to do a very detailed demo. I'll walk you through each and every line, and maybe I'll implement something from scratch in the next video. Until then, you have a good one. And if you like this particular video, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much.